guys, welcome to another episode of Rising Stars. I'm your host, Sean Watts. Our program is to highlight the Montreal talent pool, to get to know the person a little bit, and also for them to share some tips and tricks with those that are trying to get into the business. Without further ado, I have the absolute pleasure to introduce you to Montana. How are you, Montana?
I'm good, how are you?
It's so great having you here.
You're welcome. You tried to kick me out earlier, but I'm here.
I don't know what you're talking about, but...
Okay. Starting with gaslighting early, I see.
You are brave. No. So, one thing I've noticed about you, you have tattoos.
I do.
Yeah. Does that affect any auditions that you might have for roles as an actress?
I was really worried about that, like when I first got into this, because like you hear about that, but honestly, I either try to hide them with long sleeves depending on the role, but sometimes they help. So I had an audition where they actually called for tattoos, and I was like, this is my time to shine.
Yeah.
But usually I just cover them up, and then if I get the role, then I'll just like tell them, and we just use like makeup predominantly or long sleeves.
Like covering it up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it helps because it's like you can just cover it and it completely changes the look, but then you can have them out.
Yeah.
So like I think it kind of helps sometimes.
As long as you like strategically place them, then I think you're good to go. Like I have tattoos all over my body.
Does it hurt? Does
arms,
it like affect your
chest.
stuff?
A lot of the times, like if they see it, they're like, "Oh yeah, you're a villain. You're a bad guy." I'm like, "I'm not really that bad, I guess." I mean, you might think otherwise, but
You did say you're a Scorpio, so.
I did. That's between us. Okay, so tell me a little bit on the day that you realized you wanted to be an actress. Did you just wake up and you're like, you know what, little Montana, let's do this?
I kind of wanted to do it for a while, and I did acting classes when I was in high school for 2 years.
Like theater or whatever?
No, I did TV and film acting classes.
What? That's cool.
So like, but then I just stopped doing them because I hated the fact that people just like stared at you.
It's very vulnerable.
It is. And like, especially at that age, like I was like 15, 14, and I remember being just like, I like can't handle this. So then I didn't do it for like a while. And then I started, like I just kind of suppressed it, and then I just couldn't get rid of it. So then I like got headshots done 2 years ago.
Okay.
And then I had to slowly kind of like push myself into it. Like it took me a year to apply with those headshots, and I did like a background work type of thing.
Quite a gap. Right?
Yeah, no, I was so scared because I was like, it's like you're putting yourself out there in such a way.
Anxiety or
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Okay.
And then I like run, and so I got really injured at the beginning of the year, and I was training for another marathon.
That's crazy. Good for you though.
Thank
for doing
you.
That, yeah.
But the thing is, it's like when you marathon train or anything like that, it's like a part-time job. You're spending so much time doing that.
Always
and then
running.
When I got injured, it like took that away from me. And I was like, okay, like I have all this time, like I need this mental escape that running has that I no longer have, or that running offers me that I no longer have. Like, let's just try this. And so at the beginning of the year, I applied for one thing, and then I got it. And then I was like, also got a commercial like the day after. So it was like, I was just thrown kind of in. Like I had 2 days on set and then 2 days right after.
Yeah.
So I didn't really have a time to be like anxious about it.
Yeah, like let it sink all in, right?
Yeah, and then since then I'm like not anxious anymore. Like I'm like, here I am. You want me, please?
So this is who I am. You either want me or you don't.
Yeah.
Right?
It was just like I had to push myself, and then now that I'm here, it's like I don't recognize the fact that I couldn't do that.
What was the commercial that you did?
I did like a commercial for like a fabric napkin company. It was like
take what you can get, right?
Yeah, but it was so fun because we filmed it at like a really nice bar downtown, and then like in like a loft, and I was just like, why am I here?
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was really fun, and we had to like pretend to be like really proper, like
Oh
posh people.
yeah, posh. Okay.
So that was one of those times where I had to like take out like all my piercings and like hide my tattoos and like really do it. But it was a great experience.
Wow, what a transformation, right? So that means you can play both. You can play, the rebellious character, and then you can also play like these posh kind of characters.
Yeah, I find that like my typecasting is more like mean girl or like intensive characters. Like I can't do nice characters. And I think, I don't know why, but like, I don't know about you, but like, I haven't learned how to smile. Like I can smile on set, but when you're doing a take over and over again, I would love to be able to smile without it hurting my face after like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no,
I don't know if you get that.
Yeah, no, that happens. Like
Okay,
when you
good.
laugh too much or you start smiling, it's just your muscles cramping up. You just have to give yourself
Yeah.
a face massage.
Okay, I've never
So you sit
tried
there,
the
you
face-
just kind of rotate your cheeks a little bit, and you
Okay.
you work it out, right? It's like when your
Yeah.
tongue starts to get stiff when you're doing any sort of vocal exercises. You chew on your tongue, like as if it were gum. So you do.
I don't sing, so I don't know
No,
that.
but it's for acting exercises
Oh.
like articulation stuff. If you start to fumble on your words, just chew on your tongue a little bit,
Oh, well, thank you
and
for
it'll
the
help. Yeah, so maybe it would help. I don't know.
tip. No, I want that because it was
But-
just like I remember like I was on that set and I was also doing like a laughing scene and another thing and I was like, why is this like hurting me so bad?
Yeah.
So thank you because that's like one of the things I want
And
to work
are
on.
you someone who likes to smile though?
On set?
I mean,
Like-
outside of set, like if you're walking in
but-
public, or
Yeah.
it depends on who
like-
you're with, I guess.
I mean, I don't
So
like try to smile. I think it just comes out.
You seem very cheerful right now at this
I'm
moment.
told I'm bubbly, which is like I think a compliment.
That's a compliment. It just means that you're happy and you're showing happiness, and there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
So-
What's your typecast?
What's my typecast?
Yeah.
It used to be villain,
Hmm.
and now I'm getting a little bit of the best of both worlds.
Do you like having more of a range?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
You know, diversity and variety gives you more opportunity for work.
that's true.
Right? And I just
Yeah.
love acting. So when I was doing villains at first, it was like, okay, cool, yeah, it's fun to play a villain. And then sort of like yourself, where I had an audition to be a good guy, and I'm like, oh my God, how do I be a good guy?
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, just be me, right? Because I'm a nice guy. The eye roll, yeah. Right? I'm a good guy. So I was like, okay, I'll just play off of my personality, my aura, and
Yeah.
I'll add like a little twist to it based on character description or body movement, and that was it.
Do you
And being vulnerable.
Yeah. Do you have like a character type that you find that's like easier for you to play?
Villains.
Like yeah,
1000%
I'm like the same.
villains.
It's like my default, and it's obviously like it's just like it feels more natural to be like
Yeah.
icy, like intensive female
Yeah.
characters. Like it just is like I don't. It just like there's a switch that flips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you and I were very similar, because when I'm trying to play good characters, I find it so hard.
Yeah.
So hard. But apparently in the acting world, they say that actors, they always play their opposites extremely well. So those actors I see on like Big Bang Theory or those other TV shows, when they're playing like good characters, because they're kind of mean people
They're
in
just
real life.
evil.
Yeah.
There's evil
Yeah.
pretending.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, compliments to us then.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So it just shows like if we can portray a villain really well, it just means that we're really decent people, and it's like that's awesome,
I hope.
right?
Yeah.
You already knew that, but if you could play a villain, or you know, let's say like a good character for the rest of your career, which one would you choose?
A good character, or do you mean like a
Someone who's like let's
like
say
my dream cast, or like an actual good character,
actual
like
good
like
character.
an angelic character, not like a
And-
good.
Sort of like a little bit of both, angelic, but also someone who's just truly a good person.
I
guess.
honestly don't know, because when I think about like all the like my dream people to play, they're all like kind of evil, but they're like evil in a way where it's like they're human at the same time. It's like they're not
But they have
just
a reason why that they're evil.
Yeah.
So what are some of these characters?
I would love to play. There's like this book series. It's called like Throne of Glass. I don't know if you've heard about it.
I haven't.
But there's this like witch. I can't give the details of her, but she's a witch, and her name's Manon, and that is my dream character to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just that one? Just the one?
That's
or
the
is
only one
that-
I like. I'm sure there's many, but like
Yeah.
the top of my head, her. I also just finished reading the series again, so it's like
That's
in
why.
my brain, and I'm like, I was like,
So fixated on it, like
Yeah.
I will be her.
and I know that they're
kind of.
like making adaptions of the books soon, and I'm like, please.
You never know, though, to be honest,
Yeah.
right? It's being at the right place at the right time. And sometimes
Exactly.
just knowing the right person as well.
Mhm.
What about, like, what's a role that you'd never want to do? Something where it's, like, just so
Serial
far-fetched.
killers. Serial
Really?
killers. the method acting of that, no. Like, I couldn't. Like, I
You don't
think...
have to be a method actor. You can just sort of try to make it believable and go from there.
I think, like, that would be too hard for me emotionally.
Really?
Like, I feel like there's a
Oh.
beauty in having hard characters for you that, like, cause you to pull on your trauma and do all that type of thing. But when it's something like that and you have to be that way to other people, I would just be scared of that transferring onto my actual personality. I know that wouldn't be the case.
But you never know, right?
But, like, you never know. And,
Yeah.
like, you hear people who date people who play those types of characters, like, oh, it was a nightmare. And, like,
Oh my God. Yeah.
personally, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
I could do like a Hannibal type of character.
Really?
Yeah.
You're
yeah.
tough.
Well, it's getting in the mindset of what they would think
That's
and how
true.
they would react, and sort of like a good serial killer knows how to blend in society.
Yeah.
Which you never guess.
That's
right?
true.
They're smart.
Yeah, they're always, like, the ones no one thinks about. Like, the clean-cut type of people.
Yeah, a lot of doctors, dentists, crazy people like that. Like they do
Yeah.
some weird, twisted stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think I read in the news there was a nurse who ended up like killing like over 100 patients.
Oh,
So
yeah.
when they were like diagnosed, she would like inject them.
Like, was it, like, when it, like, assisted? Or was it, like, she just picked and chose
She
who was
picked
the
and
options?
choosed.
Oh, she's playing God.
Yeah, yeah. She was kind of mentally just not all there and crazy, but apparently like she had over like 100 confirmed kills, something like that, if I remember reading, which is nuts, right?
insane.
I already don't enjoy going to the hospital. Now
No.
I'm like, okay.
They need, like, a
I just-
psychoval every
yeah, yeah,
year. Because
yeah.
they work so hard. Like, some of them are going to snap.
Of course. And they're only human. I mean, everything's
Yeah.
just gonna get all traumatized and whatever else. But
Yeah, they're constantly around that.
Yeah.
They need more funding so they can get counseling and
Exactly.
more hugs or whatever
More
they
hugs.
need.
So, have you done any training for acting?
I did the 2 years that I did a while ago, and then I've been looking for a class, but I'm taking a class next week.
What are you taking?
It's like a workshop, like a self-tape workshop, but then
Okay.
they also kind of run through the fundamentals. I've just been looking for training. I've been asking some of the actors that I've been on sets with just to get recommendations, because, like, I know that it's really important to find an acting coach that's, like, personalized to, like, you in a way, because
Yeah,
it's like a
that's
personal
what
thing.
it is, of course.
So I'm just trying to, like, read it out, but I do want to take more classes for sure.
I heard Susan Lanier is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd recommend that. I have a bunch of friends that go do her sessions,
Yeah.
and she provides you with demo reel footage after. So she records the sessions and then she gives it to you. I have friends who upload it to their YouTube page.
Mm-hmm.
If it's strong enough performance, you can have a demo reel out of that.
Yeah, I think that's
So-
what the thing I'm doing on next weekend is, like, we get the demo reel as well, and they give us a script for us to
Yeah.
do. I'm excited.
But I heard like she's really good,
Mhm.
so I'd recommend her.
Thank you.
Maybe like MTL Improv, so it's like an improv class.
Improv scares me, but I know it's so important for acting.
Well, not really, because like what we're doing right now, this is improv.
yeah.
Congrats.
I think there's
Right?
just something
So-
about, like, being on that stage and having a yes and moment where I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
but I know it, like, it just makes you stronger. Like,
Yeah.
I remember in my high school, there's an improv team, like, our improv team was really, really good, and seeing them perform, it was incredible, like, how quickly their brain works and everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's an art in itself, but, like, I've never been like, I want to do that.
No, and the thing is, it's like it's not for everyone. So, for
Yeah.
example, like the improv that you'd end up taking here, it's like for comedy. But what if your
Oh.
sense of humor doesn't match anyone else's?
Exactly.
Suddenly, you're the black sheep. And you're not funny, and it's like that's what I ran into. I know,
Really?
like based on, depending on who I'm talking with, I can be hilarious because it's just like the chemistry, right?
Yeah, the banter.
But yeah, exactly. But then when it comes to comedy standards and whatever
Yeah.
else, I was just like, okay, I guess my comedy is a little bit more raunchier.
I guess it is very
Right?
subjective, and it's
Yeah.
like, especially in that setting, you're putting yourself so far out there that it's like you kind of want to have the
Yeah.
approval of other people in that
Yeah.
way. Like, I have really bad social anxiety, which is why the thought of doing an improv class, I'm like, but that means I should do it. So,
Try.
Yeah.
Even if it's just level 1 or level 2,
Mm-hmm.
it gets you out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
And I only did 2 levels because then I realized after, I was like, I know how to improv. You're never going to improv that quickly in film or television.
Yeah.
Never, unless it's like an argument that you're having with a scene partner.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're not going to be doing this. It's just teaching you to continue in the character that you've developed or that
Yeah.
you're given, and just continuing the scene.
Does it help with character study for you?
Not really.
Not really.
No, because I'm very observant of people, so I enjoy to people watch.
You people watch, and that's what you do for acting. Like that helps you?
It does. Yeah, because I'm someone who's very practical. So if I hear an accent, I can learn it. I taught myself the Irish accent just by listening to Jamie Dornan speak.
Is that that guy from 50 Shades of Grey? Can I say that?
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
So he's actually from Ireland.
Yeah.
So I watched a series that he's in called The Tourist.
Yeah.
And he has this authentic accent. So I watched the first 2 seasons. Now I have an Irish accent.
Yeah, it's always amazed me how much like people who need like American accents who don't have them have to act and then also have the accent. I'm like, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Like that's something I'd like to do, but that to me seems like so challenging.
It isn't, because the way that you can sell it, and this is like a little pointer, is make it sound fluent. Make it sound like you know what you're talking about in that accent.
I can kind of do
fluency. Can you?
I'm not doing it now, but
no,
that's
we'll do it after.
Yeah. Maybe, and then it's gonna fall apart.
I'll do a Rick Grimes one from The Walking Dead.
I haven't seen it.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what about you when it comes to character study or building? What's some of your processes that you would end up doing?
Well, I like to write, and that's like my main love.
You also read too, though, right? So right? Okay.
But like I found that because I like to write fiction, and so I found that like having that background has really helped me with characters and character building. Just like the way that I'm able to like see the character itself and kind of build onto them.
You visualize everything, right?
Yeah, basically. And my train of thought is leaving me.
That's okay. So.
But I just feel like making it my own. Like I try to I get the character description and then I try to figure out like what do we have in common, and it helps to kind of to build like the bones of the character, and I just kind of go from there.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like the process really depends, but I try to like also see the way that the other characters are responding to my character. Like obviously you get the little blurb that says like what your character's like.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I try to just like take also what the other characters, like the way they respond to them when I read through the script, and then just like knowing that through the script and everything like that, like I do have the bones, and then I just kind of add through it as I like embrace them.
Yeah, you add like a part of yourself plus them as well.
Yeah.
But there's also something too that I used to make as a mistake, was I used to rehearse what my actions were, and that's like the biggest mistake that you can ever do.
Oh yeah, I don't do that, but like definitely like I can like I think that's something.
Like you visualize your actions?
I kind of just like, for me, what it's found that's works the best for me is just knowing my lines to a T and knowing the character and just going.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
Because when because before I would think about it, like I'd be like, oh, it would look really cool if I like blinked like this, or like touched my hair like this, or like
this.
But then it's like you're thinking about it, then it comes across that way, because it's like something like I always kind of forget, or like I don't forget it, but I'm always amazed by it, is the fact that when you're on camera, they can see every kind of little thought behind your eyes.
Crazy.
And when I kind of finally like accepted that was when I was like, I'm not gonna like put anything in the script that isn't there. I'm just gonna like know the lines, know the character, and just go, and then add directions.
Yeah, be in the moment, right?
Yeah.
That's sort of what it is.
And just react.
Like,
which is like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you had to choose either voice acting, film, television, or theater, which one would you choose out of those 3?
Film and television.
For sure?
Yeah.
Not even voice acting, not even to try?
I would love to do voice acting for sure. It's like film and TV, voice acting, theater.
Yeah, I know, theater is down there for me as well.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's amazing, but like, that's not the type of acting that I would prefer for myself.
Yeah.
Like, it takes a different kind of talent that I don't know if I have.
It's like a musician, right?
Yeah.
So just because you're a musician doesn't mean that you love all genres of music. And that's the same thing when it comes to acting. Just because you're an actor doesn't mean you're going to enjoy all the process, right? I mean, and it's okay to not enjoy theater or whatever. Right?
I definitely have to like maybe try it once, but like my heart is in like film and TV acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus it's just completely different worlds, right? So you want to be like composed. As soon as you think it or feel it, it already shows on camera.
Yeah, and like my background is like I only have those, like I've never done theater.
Yeah.
And I don't have like, when I was a child I never did theater then, or never done theater now, so it's like it's not like a part of me already.
Yeah, it's already too late. I mean, you're too far gone.
I peaked, so I can't go there.
Yeah, you can't. No, you can if you ever wanted to. So you're a writer, which is like really cool. Have you written any of your own projects? So like what?
Like wrote a book, and I'm on like the 5th draft of it. That's like my main love. I've always just wanted to write books. I've written like short stories, like poetry. I did like a screenwriting class like 7 years ago, and I wrote like
Wow.
a really horrible screenplay, like literally so bad.
It's probably the first one, right?
Yeah, but like there was.
You never
It was
forget your
It was
first.
before when it was like in the break between when I did acting classes, which I never did anything, like I never did any projects when I did acting classes,
Yeah.
and when I started acting in projects.
Oh.
And yeah, so it's like
So
I
it's
don't
just
have that.
Mm.
And even though I took the class, there's like one scene that's just 10 pages of dialogue, which is like 15 minutes of just talking.
Yeah.
But it sits underneath my coffee table, and I just like see it. And I'm like, maybe one day we'll workshop
You like
you.
good memories.
Yeah.
Was the story like compelling? Was it interesting?
It was a book that I wanted to write, and I was like,
Okay.
it'd be better as a screenplay.
Yeah.
But like, I've also been thinking of just turning into like a TV series.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
If the plot is solid and like something original,
Mhm.
if you have a solid like character development, and you can envision where the season would go,
Yeah,
nothing to lose.
yeah. I wouldn't want
Yeah.
it like I would want like a limited series. 'Cause those are my
Something
favorite.
exclusive, like 4, 5, 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Which one's your favorite
What?
for like a limited series?
It's
If you have
it's a
one.
fan type. This is my dream. No offense, anyone who loves this. I think Stranger Things should have stayed one season. They took away the ambiguity
That's
of it,
bold.
and that was like
Yeah.
the beauty of it. And I hate all of like the things they're trying to answer. It just like it's not working for me.
Well, right now they've gone too far.
Yeah.
I think it's like a couple seasons overdone.
Yeah, like
First 2 seasons I think would have been okay.
I like the third
Yeah.
season more than the second season, but just
Yeah.
having like Elle leave at the end of the first season, just like disappear into this universe that we don't know a lot about, that would have been phenomenal. I
Yeah,
think.
because then you can have a feature film after.
Or
if you
nothing.
wanted to, or nothing, like,
Yeah,
you know. So, yeah, it's very interesting actually.
I'm a little mad they did. There was like 5 seasons.
Moving on.
Sorry.
Okay, so if I were a producer and I gave you this imaginative paper with your dream role for any role that exists currently in film and television,
Like it's already been cast and everything.
which role would you want?
Oh, I like because like what I like to write is like coming of age stories, like young
Okay.
adult fiction, and so I've been like watching like The Wilds, The Society, The 100, and I think I'd love to play Leah from
This sounds so familiar.
The Wilds.
Okay.
She has like a very like complex character, and she has a lot of very heightened emotional scenes, and like
Yeah.
they're on an island, and like I'd love to. It sounds like so challenging and so amazing. They're working with a bunch of different elements. Like that would be really really cool. I'd love to do that. Or
Yeah.
like literally like any person in a fantasy series.
Nice. So anything in particular for fantasy, like
I
Lord of
died.
the Rings?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that would be great. Or like House of Dragon.
Yeah.
I'd love to play Alicent.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
love
I've
that.
never seen House of Dragon, but I've seen Game of Thrones just recently this year for the first time, and I was blown away. I loved it.
Yeah, it's
so
really good.
much. Oh yeah. Yeah, Tyrion. I felt so bad for him at the end there.
He's one of the best characters, though.
Yeah.
I don't remember the ending of that, but I remember, like, I think I clocked out, like, season 7, season 8,
Yeah.
but everything else is in my brain, and it's really good.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best for sure.
But you
know?
should watch House of Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I'll
score of it's
look
beautiful.
into it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because they have what, 2 seasons right now, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
second season just came out. I haven't
You-
finished it.
No.
I, like, will do this thing where I'll watch a show, and then I'll stop watching, like, 80% of it. Like, and I don't watch the last episodes of things. Like, I'll
Why?
read books and I don't read the endings of them. I just don't want it. Like, I don't care.
You
Like,
don't want to see.
I think
like.
it's the finality of it. Like, I don't. It's like the emotional pain of that.
I think part of it too is like you don't want the ending to be answered for you.
Yeah.
You'd rather let your imagination just have it
Yeah.
the way that you want it to be, and that way you're happy and content, even
Yeah,
though
for sure.
you know whatever the ending may be.
Like, if I could just do like the first 2 acts of everything, that'd be great. I know.
Why not? Just for you.
Yeah, they
Right?
like edit everything on Netflix
Yeah.
to me like that.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
So you're obviously new with acting, right? Where do you see yourself in, let's say, like a couple of years? Do you see yourself? Do you have an agent?
No, I
You
don't have
don't?
any demo reel yet.
No.
Yeah, I haven't
I mean-
received any yet.
You could always do monologues, and that does wonders.
That's
So-
what the classes that I'm taking this weekend. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping to get it from there. And then I know that it takes months, and I'm like at the point where I should be getting everything. So
Honestly, like, don't ever compare yourself to another artist.
Yeah.
Your journey is your own.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's so important that you have self-confidence within you, because there's going to be moments where you're going to go through adversity, where maybe a loved one, your mother, parents, they say, oh, I believe in you, but no one believes in you as much as you. And the day that you give up is the day where you stop believing in yourself. I've been there, done that, you know? So you need to be your source of inspiration.
Yeah.
And it's not egotistical when you look upon some of your past projects. You're adding fuel to your own fire. And I think that's so important. One of the things is determination, hard work, perseverance, and always, always, always believe in yourself. Don't compare yourself to any other female actress or male actor.
Yeah,
Allow your journey to just, you know, step by step. Don't rush it. Be patient. Develop properly. And, you know, in due time, you will get that agent. But just dedicate yourself. So when you have a monologue, you can do monologues on your own. Set up a little tripod. You can buy cheap lighting from Amazon that works perfectly fine for you know, under $100. Set it up. Boom, 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 boom. Get a charcoal gray backdrop, because that's like industry standard is gray.
Yeah.
Get a pop-up of that. Boom. Put it in the back. Practice different monologues. You could do dramedies. You could do comedies. Dramatic. Keep it under anywhere between 60 seconds to 120 seconds, not more than that. If you're going to do 120 seconds, try to do like 2 different monologues for each genre, and that way you can whip those bad boys out when someone asks you, oh, do you have experience in this? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do, right? And don't be afraid to be vulnerable.
Yeah, no, I like playing vulnerable characters the most, so.
Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Right?
But
so
I'm proud of myself for how much I haven't rushed anything, honestly. Like, it doesn't make me feel a type of way that I don't
I know
have
there's
X,
like
Y,
a
and
sense of
Z.
like anxiety though, you know what I mean? Because it's normal because you're excited. You want to...
Yeah, but
you know,
I try
get
really,
that.
I put so much effort into not having that be the case, because like I will get like really unhealthy about something I love. Like I'll turn like running into a competition even though it's literally for myself. And so
Nothing
I've been
wrong with
really
that,
protective about acting for me, because it has been so good for me mentally that like if I do feel myself rushing, I'm like, no. And it's like, I'm really on the ball with that.
Well,
Because I don't want it to turn into something that
of
makes
course. And I think it's important right now. You can still treat running as being competitive. Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
As long as your injury's healed properly and
Yeah.
you're feeling good to go. Go have fun, go crazy, go run 300 kilometers, go ahead, you know?
I run lines and I run. That's like what helps me.
Yeah.
I don't know your process running lines, but like literally running lines while I'm running, it helps. Like the tempo.
That's crazy.
Like it's kind of like when I read lines, it's like listening to music, how you can feel the beat of everything. And when I run and I do it, it helps so much. Because that was something I was worried about when I started acting, was like, how do people memorize all this stuff?
Yeah. It's practice and time.
Yeah.
So like I started off struggling with lines like crazy.
Yeah.
Now I can memorize 10 or 11 pages in maybe an hour and a half.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but it's hard work.
It is.
So like I'm always doing acting exercises every single day, 2 hours, right? Because that's dedication to the craft. But it's also preparing you for when that door out, you know, if that opportunity opens up and you're ready for it.
Yeah, like
Seize
the
that
last
moment.
minute, like
Exactly.
audition, you're like, that's I
Right.
really want to get good, because like I'm nowhere close to the 12 pages in an hour and a half. It's amazing, but I would like to be. But I know the more I practice that, the closer
And
I
that's
get
just
to that.
due time.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And, you know, what's very hard about memorizing lines is a writer will have a certain, you know, grammatical structure. And it's like, I've never spoken like that in my life. So then you're infusing your own personality with their writing. And I'll find that you'll start like making up some of the lines yourself. And you'll sort of like improvise it, but your brain's on autopilot. And then you keep like sort of messing up the lines. You're like, well, this is how my brain wants to register it, right?
Yeah,
it just
I've had
makes
that happen.
sense. Yeah.
Do you like find that like if you go to an audition and that happens, they usually care, or like?
Not all the time.
Yeah.
I think it depends on the casting director. So here in Montreal, as long as you're very close to what your line is, you're in the clear.
Like you're not just improving it.
Yeah,
You just
but
add like an extra butt or like something in
Yeah,
there.
as long as it's flowing and you're
Yeah.
in character, I think they're looking more for the overall aspect of your performance. And it's very rare you'll get a writer where they'll be so anal about your lines and be like, you know, you got to keep it tight, otherwise, you know,
Yeah.
I don't want that. But generally on set, they'll have a script advisor.
For like
And-
timing and stuff too.
Yeah,
right?
and they'll tell you, oh, okay, you forgot to say this or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's important to be off book with the lines, and then just be prepared if they ask you to improvise. That's what I would suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
All right. So last question, because we're actually already up. 30 minutes is. I know. So sad, right? I know. So the last question that I want to know is, let's say 5 years from now, do you still see yourself here in Montreal or elsewhere?
I would love to move elsewhere.
Okay.
But I feel like I could definitely stay here and make Montreal my base. Like if I could like leave for projects, come back, leave again. I've just been in the city now for 6 years, and like I don't speak French that well,
Yeah.
and I know there's a lot of
Welcome
opportunities.
to the club.
And I know there's like opportunities elsewhere, but I found that like I mean I'd be fine staying here if I wasn't like stuck here.
Yeah. No, I get that. I've been here pretty much the exact same time that you've been here, like 6 years, 6.5 years. And there are plenty of opportunities outside of Montreal.
Yeah.
And if you speak French, like with like a francophone accent, there's so much work here for you.
Yeah, but
You know, so
me.
hey, it's okay. You know, it's okay. So, without further ado, thank you so much for being here, Montana.
Thank
It's such a
you.
pleasure having you on the show. Okay. And that's another episode of Rising Stars, guys. I'm your host, Sean Watt. Please like, subscribe, comment on the video what you liked or what sort of questions that you guys would like to have us ask our guests. This program is sponsored by Urban Eats MTL. I'll catch you guys on the next episode of Rising Stars.